Xbox. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, guys. So, everybody, come in front, put your seat down. We got to talk about finances. The quarter's out. You know, the numbers for the quarter's out. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to this. There's a lot of stuff to go over. Some good, some bad, some not really matters on anything whatsoever. But what's going on, you guys? Gaming out here coming at you in the video tech. We'll be talking about Microsoft's 2025 quarter one numbers. They are out today, and there's a lot of stuff to go over, man. First off, I want to point out that I already know what the comment section is going to be. A lot of people seem to only get upset with me when I talk about the negative Xbox news, but they're missing in action when it comes to when I go in on PlayStation. Look, I cover what's up today, cover what's going on today. In the quarter, these numbers are out. And they kind of, justify some of the stuff I said. Whatever I say isn't in a form of bad taste. Some of you might think that. I generally want what's best for the Xbox platform, the hardware, because that's what I care about. But anyway, let's talk about this, man. Microsoft this year has been so up and down when it comes to the Xbox ecosystem, especially the hardware. I felt like almost immediately when they announced at the beginning of the year that Microsoft is going to start porting Xbox games to other platforms, it almost immediately destroyed the hardware brand. And I think that's a perception-wise. Is that really what's going on here? I don't know. But we got these numbers here today, and it kind of, goes into exactly what's going on with the hardware. I think the last hardware was like 44% down or something like that. I don't know. Maybe someone in the comment section below can give me the exact number. It was up there. And pretty much how these goes is they're comparing this year's to the same time last year. So we're still in the Activision Blizzard King phase where everything going on here, huge increase. Some of it has to do with the fact that they have Activision Blizzard King's numbers on top of their own. So let's jump into this. Because I'm curious, man. I'm curious what some of you guys have to say. So here's Dom playing. I tried to find Matt Patiscella. I'm probably butchering his name. He's not on Twitter no more. I don't know. Maybe he's on Twitter and I just couldn't find him. I could have swore I saw him share information on this. And when I went to look up his name, he was no longer there. Maybe he has a different title or a different tag now. I don't know. So let's go over this. Microsoft, their 25 quarter one numbers. So gaming revenue is up by 43%. Obviously, stuff like microtransactions is on the up and up. Clearly, you're going to see that going on here. They got so many games as a service that's doing very well. So you would see that. 5.6 billion of Xbox revenue in the quarter is all from the Activision Blizzard above estimate. So it's like I said, these numbers are still going off of Activision Blizzard King. So, it is what it is at that point. You would have to see next year around this time to see what the growth is without those numbers, giving it a huge boost. Xbox content and services are up by 61%. So that's pretty much, games as a service. Anything Xbox content related. Game Pass is one of them. They got a lot of things going into that. Xbox content and services are up by 61%, like I said. 53 of that is from the Activision Blizzard King. So even if you take away the Activision Blizzard King, they're still doing pretty decent, man. Like 9-10% up. Is that what they would want without Activision Blizzard King? Probably not, because I feel like a lot of these times, these companies have unrealistic expectations on what growth is. Like if they're not making the amount of money that some countries have in one quarter, they get upset. And some of them do. Some of them make that. Xbox hardware down by 29%. Like I said, last quarter it was like 44%. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know why these sales are the way they are. Because I don't. But one thing I will say is to me as an Xbox gamer, someone that plays on the hardware, this hardware, I am concerned if this trajectory continues to go this way. I know a lot of people are under the impression that Microsoft will continue to, support the Xbox hardware no matter what. Even if it's not making them no money, even if it's costing them money. I get the impression by a lot of people on the internet that really feel like they will just continue to put money into it and they'll never, just cut it off. And I don't agree with that. I don't. Microsoft's known to ditching stuff. You got, Mixer. They had like Zoom thing, Windows Phone. They're known to do that. So even if it would be harder, probably from a legal standpoint, to get rid of Xbox, I feel like that is something that they would look into. And no wonder when you see, rumors that they're like leaving the Middle East, I understand why people are concerned. If they're making drastically less, because keep in mind that there's a lot of aspects to the hardware features, like for the hardware ecosystem in general. They get 30% of everyone's money. So I think people forget about that. There's a lot of things that go into this, and I don't think people really put into consideration on how much money Xbox and Microsoft make off of these. So that 30% off everything is a lot. It's quite a bit, especially when you put the Black Ops, microtransactions, Game Pass. They make a lot of money from Game Pass to offset, but that 30% is a lot. And if you're selling less and less hardware, you're going to get less and less of that 30%. And that's what I'm just worried about, man. I'm worried about midway through next gen, they just like, look, it would be easier for us just to open the floodgates and just publish on everything. And part of me feels like there is a possibility that they look into something like hardware and saying, is this really necessary right now? Who knows? Maybe by the time they decide to cut the plug for hardware, everyone else is cutting it. Like PlayStation, we've seen rumors that they're going to be going more of a multi-public feature as well. There's a lot of aspect that's going into this, and I don't think it's just on Xbox. I think there is a realm where everyone just ditches hardware in general. So, it comes down to it's just like, I would appreciate we keep the hardware. And to me, when I see these 44% cuts, which this one was 29% cut, it just makes me concerned. It's not that I guarantee anything's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. What Microsoft is doing in the gaming industry has never really been done. They have publishers that make mad money, and they own multiple of them. Activision, Blizzard, King. These three companies together is a massive publisher, and they could publish individually by themselves. So it's kind of insane. And then when you look at, they own Bethesda, they own their own publishing outlets. There's a lot of things that go into this where no one in the industry has ever been in the situation that they're in right now. So no one realistically knows what they're going to do in the long run. They could literally make everything they own a timed exclusive, and it comes out a year later, and the amount of content that would be going through the Xbox platform would be so surreal that I could totally see something like that happening. It's like I said, I don't come on here claiming I know everything, because I don't. Just outside, just a dude on the internet that makes content, just worried about his console, man. That's all. I think the biggest thing we're going to have to really look at going forward is the Xbox hardware this last quarter, because this is the holiday. Holidays are extremely important. Millions of consoles get sold on holidays. It's the best time, the biggest time, the most gifting time that you can have in a year. Now, if they don't sell a lot, I feel like right then and there, it's in stone at that point. There's no real reason, and there's no fighting it. But, I do feel like a lot of people are delusional to think that they would continue to support a platform that they're not making money off of. Now, right now is good. They're still, they could be doing better, but they're still making money off the Xbox hardware. I'm just concerned if it gets to the point where it's hard to convince people at top to continue investing into a platform that isn't maybe necessarily making the money that they would want when they see more money being made by just ditching the hardware and going full multi-plat. We don't know when it comes to PlayStation if they would be willing to entertain more Game Pass being on PlayStation if the hardware of Xbox wasn't part of the equation. And that's what it comes down to. It's just like my issues with that is I'm just very curious on what the future of it is. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm very curious to your guys' opinion. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you enjoy the channel, sub to the channel. We make content on here just about weekly. And then I hope you guys have a good day. We'll be streaming probably, I would say I want to stream Monster Hunter probably sometime this week on the Addict Arena in the description below. But like I said, I know a lot of you going to sit there and call me doom and gloom. You know, some of you like to threaten me personally, and that's fine. Do all that you guys want. All that in the comment section below. I'm sure some of you ain't going to like that, but I make videos to rant. I don't make videos for you. But anyway, in the comment section below, until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.